What up everyone, Be More here with a post-title update Ghost War video, and today we're going to deep dive into weapon meta and something I think that would have been changed up until this point. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe as I make my way over to 300 subscribers, and as always, please remember I do not like to waste anyone's time, so let's dive right in. So here we are 10 months later, and I think it's fair to say that the weapon meta from the start of the game has not been changed. I thought about changing my loadout video because it's old and from a couple of months ago, but it seems that everything from that video still applies. MP7 and VHSD on console still seem to dominate when I watch other streamers. As well as on PC, the M4A1 is still the best weapon of choice. We have two segments of weapons that are basically dead on arrival when it comes to Ghost War. And if you were to try them out, you would be putting yourself at a disadvantage in any gunfight. So let's dive into what those weapons are and how bad they are and how we can fix them. The problem. LMGs and shotguns are just not existent in the current Ghost War environment. They are simply outclassed and outmatched versus anyone that isn't an absolute potato. This is a big problem that wasn't in Wildlands. Even though I like a lot of things about Breakpoint's fast-paced PvP, I think we need to not lie to ourselves saying that there's a lot of weapons to choose from. The weapon lists, in order to be successful, are few and far between. Not to mention the amount of DMRs are also subpar when using them compared to other sniper rifles. I mainly wanted to just stick with light machine guns and shotguns because we have a lot of long range weapons that are actually pretty good. Currently, our characters move way too fast in our opinion. It isn't that the game is too fast, it's just our characters are literally outrunning bullets in the game. We are faster than Usain Bolt.
Is as significant as it is. And no Jamaican has ever won a world title in the 100-meter dash. And you talked about him being a year removed from his world record. I would not.
Paul ist der schnellste aus den Blöcken. Jetzt kommt er. Und jetzt ist Usain Bolt nicht zu halten. Nein, er gewinnt.
That is not an exaggeration. We have the ability to outrun bullets at a distance. The same philosophy is applied at close range. The skill needed to use shotguns and light machine guns up close is to say a lot more than an MP7 or a VHSD up close. Those weapons have a high RPM and a big clip size, which leads to them being able to make more mistakes with their aim. Why is this a problem? The problem is we are not given a reason to run these weapons in Ghost War. Until there is a sufficient update to these guns, there's just no need to ever choose them. The problem is multiplied even further when you give assault rifles an 100-round magazine. I cannot for the life of me see a reason to do this in any mode. I do not believe I saw many people from the PvE side of the community asking for a 100-round magazine. In the Ghost War community, you essentially buffed some of the assault rifles even more and put the nail in the coffin on light machine guns. The only weakness assault rifles even had, if you would call it a weakness, was the 50-round magazine. I just do not have any idea why you would do this and not even touch light machine guns. They might have a bigger plan in motion, but I'm not going to assume that and call it out how I see it. That is just not balanced and seems to be a mistake about the negative stats. There might be one or two light machine guns that are able to keep up in Ghost War, but you will still be at a sheer disadvantage when playing anyone using an AR or an SMG. We need to have a reason to run these weapons. The magazine size was the only benefit light machine guns had, and they essentially got rid of that. Shotguns are in an even worse position than light machine guns because of the way the game plays. MP7s and now the Echelon SMG will continue to do far too much damage at range, making them just an overall better choice than shotguns. Shotguns seem to have about a 20-meter distance before they become marshmallows, and while that might be realistic, it leads them to the bottom of the barrel when it comes to choices of weapons in Ghost War. There is no super shorty shotgun in this game that would and should one-tap players from getting too close. We need to make shotguns be lethal for when opponents are trying to push. Right now you can run two SMGs and do everything a shotgun can do, but be better and faster at it. The solution. As always with these problem videos, I don't want to give a list of problems without some type of solutions that I have thought about. So let's go quickly through 3 fixes that I think would shake up the meta for the better part of the Ghost War community. Balance. Yeah, I know that's easy, but balance is what we need on these weapons. After this newest patch, it's even more prevalent. The flexibility of weapon choice is fine, but only if you continue to balance the weapons. We need to bring the mag size of assault rifles down and have the reload be more prevalent when using them. I do not mind how accurate they are, but they are just too good at the moment with the insane amount of forgiveness allowed with the 50 and 100 round magazine, along with adjusting assault rifles. Increasing and decreasing the damage range on shotguns and SMGs would help a lot to giving the players feel more like close quarter weapons have more of a role. Slow down players. This might be an easier fix than balance in my eyes, because we don't need to slow down players way too much, but probably somewhere in the 10 to 15% range just so weapons can keep up. But a lot of the reasons I switched from my lower RPM weapons to the M41A is because on higher RPM will just win 90% of the time if you're sort of on the same skill level. Bring back one-tap shotguns and or introduce suppression or flinch. One of these will be easier than the others, probably slowing down players, but I feel like one-tap shotguns would give them some sort of identity. Right now, outside of the Boss G, what are shotguns even good at? Are they good at anything? Outside of using them just because you prefer them, I can't think of anything they're good at off of the top of my head, so it really shouldn't be that hard. The ideas are literally off the cusp, so if the developers have a better idea in place of suppression or flinch, that would be great. I can tell you from first-hand experience, flinch can get out of hand very quickly if not balanced appropriately. Well, that's it, guys. To tell you the truth, outside of class diversity, my opinions on PvP post this title update haven't been very impressive. I will have more on that later in the week, but just know there's probably a light at the end of a very, very, very long tunnel, and I will be with you all the way. And as always, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until the next one, be more.
Hostiles are firing.
Wrong way. Get back to your team. Target eliminated.